Hi, my little friends. So, once again, we are back, and you are here with Minnie at your own favorite learning platform, Learn Forward. We are here with your maths book, Maths Concepts and Skills for Grade 2 by Feather Caps. So, are you enjoying your math sessions with Minnie? Are you excited for new things? Okay, so I have something new today for you. We'll be starting chapter 6 of your book, in which we'll be learning about multiplication. A new word for you. Let's know what it is, children. So, we have a gear up exercise for you. We have already learnt about addition and subtraction, right? So, let's recall something. Lucky lives with his parents and grandparents. The family is moving to a new house. There are 4 rooms in their new house. So, 4 rooms. For every room, they want to get 4 cupboards. That means if this is one room, they will have 4 cupboards in this room. In the second room also, they'll have 4 cupboards. In the third room also, 4 cupboards. And in the fourth room also, 4 cupboards. So many cupboards. You have lots of stuff to keep in, right? What are they asking? How many cupboards will they need to get? Find the answer using repeated addition. So, what do you see? What will be the total number of cupboards in the home? Let's see. 4, 4, 4, 4. So, what are you doing? What do you have to do to find the total? Yes, you have to add them. And what you see here, children, this is a same number being added repeatedly. So, when you add, what do you get? Can you quickly give me the answer? I am sure I'll get faster than you. I'll tell you the reason why. Yes, you got it correct. This is 16. So, what you did? 4 plus another 4 is 8 plus another 4 is 12 plus another 4 is 16. So, you got it that way. But I got it in some other way faster. And I'm going to share that with you so that you also get faster in that calculation. So, this is actually repeated addition. And you know, for repeated addition, what do we do in maths? We have a shortcut to it, and that is called multiplication. What do we say? That is multiplication. Multiplication is repeated addition, which means when we have to add the same number multiple times. Multiple times. So, from there we get multiplication. Then we prefer multiplication over repeated addition because here you get the answer faster. Let's see some more examples. If you have to add 3 plus 3 plus 3, what is this equal to? Again, you are doing 3 plus 3, 6 plus 3, 9. So, you get the answer 9. Now, in multiplication, how do we write it, children? Multiplication is, you have this symbol for multiplication. So, if this is your addition, we rotate it a little bit and we get your multiplication, right? So, this is the sign of multiplication. And how do you read it? When you are adding 3 repeatedly, first we see how many times are you adding 3? Let's count. 1, 2, 3. So, we say this as 3 times 3. That means we are adding the same number 3 how many times? 3 times. So, this is called 3 times 3. And what's the answer you get? You get 9. So, we read it like 3 times 3 is 9. Now, in terms of maths, how do you write? Just like we have symbol for addition and subtraction, now we know there is a symbol for multiplication also. So, multiplication means times. Okay, how do you write this? Just replace the word times by multiplication. It is 3 times 3. And for is, what do we write? We write is equal to 9. So, this is how you get your multiplication fact. And this answer here is called the product. What is it called? It is called the product. So, when you add numbers, you get sum. When you subtract numbers, you get difference. And when you multiply, what do you get? Yes, you get the product, children. So this is another new term you will be remembering. Till now we have learned multiplication. What is multiplication? Repeated addition. And then we have learned for repeated addition we say times, and times in mathematics means multiply. Here multiplication symbol is used. This is the symbol for multiplication, and we read it as 3 times 3 is equal to 9. Fine. And the answer is called the product. So multiplication as repeated addition, we have some examples here. Do you see some groups of stars here? How many stars do you see in the first group? 6 plus another 6 plus still another 6. So it is 6 plus 6 plus 6. How many times are you adding 6? 3 times 6. Yes. So how will you write it? 3 times. Now in place of 3, you have 6. 3 times 6 is equal to what? Quickly add them and tell me the answer. It is 18. Yes. That means the total number of stars here is 18. Now you have an exercise here where you have to write the multiplication fact. So what do you see here? These are the groups of ducks. How many do you see in each group? 4. 4 plus 4 plus 4 plus 4 plus 4. So how many times are you adding 4? 5 times. So what do you write? 5 times. What are you adding? You are adding 4. So 5 times 4. And how many are these in total? Yes, they are 20. That's perfect, children. So how do you read it? Can you read it ahead of me now? Good, that's brilliant. 5 times 4 is 20. Yes, children. Now, we have more such groups where you will be writing the multiplication fact yourselves. And here you had pictures. Now, in the next question, we have the numbers. So, similarly, you have more pictures here, more groups, and you will be writing the multiplication fact. Now, in the next question, in place of pictures, you have numbers there. Write the multiplication fact for each repeated addition. So, what do you see here? 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2. So, you are adding the same number. How many times? 6 times. So, what will be your multiplication fact? 6 times. Which number are you adding? 2. 6 times 2 is how much? The answer is also given there. 6 times 2 is 12. So, you need not add because answer is already given here. So, write the multiplication fact for these two sets of numbers also. Now, it's time to think something. So, what does this say? Collect 12 small objects. What such small objects can be? You can collect buttons, bottle caps, pebbles, marbles, anything. You can even collect your erasers also if you want to have fun in the class. Arrange them in different arrays and write the related multiplication fact. What do you mean by array? This is an array, an arrangement in which you have the some number of rows and columns and nothing should be left here. So you have to arrange them like this. So if you have 12 small objects, see how these are arranged. 3 columns of 4 shells each. So let's see in what other ways can you arrange these 12 small objects. So what you can do is you can just put one in the column 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. So this way how many will be arranged? So there will be one column of 12 rows. So you can write one group of 12. And how do you write it? 1 cross 12. What is another way of arranging them? Let's use another color here and we'll make another array. So what I can do is I can make 2 columns. So let me put them in rows. In each row, I am putting 2, 2, 2, 2. So when I'm done with 12, are these total 12 now? I stop. So what do you see here? You have 2 columns of how many squares each? 6 squares each. So you say 2 groups of 6, for which you get 2 times 6 is the multiplication fact. Every time you will get the answer 12. So this completes your multiplication fact. Now, another way is 3 groups we have already done. Can we make 4 groups? Let's see. Here, in place of arranging 3, 3, let us arrange them like 1, 2, 3, 4 in a row. Another 4. Another 4. Am I done with 12 now? Yes. So what do you see? How many columns do I have here? This is 4 groups of how many squares? 3 squares. So now you will write it 4 groups of 3. What do you get? 4 times 3, and again it is equal to 12. So we can have more arrangement. Do you think we can have arrangement of 5? 5 also, children? Let's try. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Oh, I'm done with 12. What about this? Nothing is here. So I cannot make such array with 5 in a row, right? Let's move to 6. Try for 6. Then you can go for 12 altogether. That means here you had one group of 12. Then you will be having 12 groups of just 1, 1 each. So rather than making a column, you will be making 12 in a row, which will give you, so in one group, how many am I taking? Just 1. That means you get 12 groups of 1. That means 12 times 1 is also equal to 12. And if you make 6, 6 in a row, 1, 2, 3, like this, make 6, 6. What do you get? 4, 5, 6, another 6, 10, 11, 12. You are done with 12. So, how many groups do you have? You have got 6 columns of 2, 2 boxes each. So, you get 6 groups of 2, which means 6 times 2 is 12. So, how do you get these 6 groups? One group is this, another this, 3, 4, 5, 6. And in each group, how many do you see? You see 2, 2 squares. So, this is how you get your multiplication facts, right? And one set of numbers can be arranged in different arrays, children. Now, moving to the next. Is it possible? Is it good enough to add the numbers repeatedly? No. So I told you in the beginning of the session that I am going faster than you with a trick, with a magic. What is that magic? That magic is here, children. We have the multiplication tables that help us in multiplying numbers faster. So when you were counting 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3 4 times, I quickly said 4 times 3 because I knew the table of 4. I said 4 times 3 is 12. So before you added your numbers 4 times, I was there with the answer. So now you are going to do this magic yourselves by learning these tables. Let's see how you read them out. So this is the multiplication table of 2. 2 times 1 is 2. You read it as 2 times 2 is 4. 2 times 3 is 6. 2 times 4 is 8. 2 times 5 is 10. 2 times 6 is 12. Good. 2 times 7 is 14. 2 times 8 is 16. 2 times 9 is 18. 2 times 10 is 20. Now, if you have 2 groups of 8 and you know the multiplication table, you will immediately say 2 times 8 is 16. So, do you think you need to add them on your fingers? Keeping anything in mind? No, just these multiplication tables. So, they are going to help you in doing multiplication faster. You will have to memorize them, learn them. Similarly, we have the multiplication table of 5. We have the multiplication table of all the numbers. After 2, you learn 3, 4, then you have 5, And here we have given you multiplication table of 10 also. So 5 times 1 is 5, 5 times 2 is 10, 5 times 3 is 15, 5 times 4 is 20. Like this you will be saying this table. And similarly for 10, 10 times 1 is 10, 10 times 2 is 20, 10 times 3 is 30. And it is so easy, children. You just have to put a 0 after the number you are multiplying. Can you see? If I say 10 times 8, so I'm just putting a 0 after 8, that is 80. So I get 10 times 8 is 80. Can you now tell me how much is 10 times 5? Perfect, that is 50. So will this trick work with you? Yes, that's great, children. Now we have an exercise for you. Complete the following. So how much is 5 times 5? That is 25. Okay, how much is 4 times 2? 4 times 2 is 8. And by learning other tables also, you will be doing these multiplication facts. You will be completing them. Now, going ahead, multiply the inner numbers to get the outer numbers. So, what you are doing here, 2 times 5 is 10. 2 times 7 is 14. 2 times 1 is 2. 2 times 6 is 12. 2 times 9 is 18 and 2 times 3 is 6. So, this will help you in doing dodgings also. What you see here, you have to multiply 5 by the numbers outside around this 5. So, multiply and write the answer here. 5 times 2 is 10. 5 times 8 is 40. 5 times 5 is 25. So, you will complete like this. This is 10. This is 40. This is 25 and so on. Similarly, you will be completing this spin wheel also. Moving to hots now. From the given picture, write the numbers that come in the tables of 2. So, let's see. 2 comes in which table? Which numbers come in the table of 2? Let's start from the first one. 2 ones are 2. Then you have 2 threes are 6. Okay. We have 2 nines are 18 also. 40 also comes in the table of 2. 20 also comes in the table of 2. 10 also comes in the table of 2. 8 also. 12, 16, 30, 50, 4, 8, 14, 70, 100, 6, 90, 12. All these numbers will be there in the table of 2. If you go beyond 2, tens are 20. We can, because it's not about just adding 2 times 10. You can add 2 times 11 also, 2 times 12 also. So, all these numbers that I have colored, they all will come in the table of 20, but they will be beyond 2 tens are 20. Now, coming to the table of 5. Which numbers come in the table of 5? 5 times 1 is 5. 5 times 8 is 40. 5 times 4 is 20. 5 times 2 is 10. 5 times 3 is 15. 5 times 6 is 30. 5 times 10 is 50. 5 times 5 is 25. 5 times 7 is 35. Then you have 70 after 5 tens are 50. Then 100 also comes. 5 times 9 is 45. Then 90 will also come. So, I have marked the numbers that will come that will come in the table of 5, and yellow, those will come in the table of 2. Now, next number we have to take the numbers that come in the table of 10. So, let's see, we just learned when we multiply by 10, we just get a 0 at the end. So, this is a number, this has 0, this also has 0, this also has 0, this is 0, and 70 also has a 0, 100 also has a 0, 90 also has a 0. Now they are asking which numbers come in the table of both 5 and 10. So for 5 we have used blue color, for 10 we have used green color. Now let us see the numbers that come in the table of both these numbers. That means the numbers that have blue and green both colors. So it is 40, then you have 20, then you have 10, then good. Next is 30, next is 50. Yes, after 30, next number is 50. Coming to next, we have 70. Then another number 100. And you have 90 at the end. So all these numbers have blue and green shades. That means they come in the table of 5 as well as 10. So this is how you'll be doing this activity. Going ahead, we have multiplication properties. So what do you have in multiplication property? When you multiply any number by 0, that is 0. So what do you see? We have some trays here. And what is the number of eggs on these trays? It's 0 on each of the trays because you can't see any egg there on any of these trays. So it's 0 plus 0 plus 0 plus 0. That means how many times are you adding 0? 4 times 0. But after adding, do you still see any egg? No. So 4 times 0 is 0. So that is the first multiplication property. When you multiply any number by 0, you get the answer 0. And when you multiply any number by 1, what do you get? So you have 1 egg on each of these trays. How many trays? 4. So 4 times 1. So total how many eggs do you have? 4. That means 4 times 1 is 4. When you multiply any number by 1, you get the same number. So these are the two properties you must remember. Now, here's an exercise for you. Fill in the blanks. So we'll be using property here. 4 times 0 is 0. And 3 times which number will give you 0? Definitely 0. 8 times 1. When you multiply by 1, you get the same number. And which number multiplied by 1 will give you 5? Of course, 5. You get the same number when you multiply it by 1. And 2 times which number will give you the same number 2? 2 times 1. So just these two properties, and they are given here in different forms. You just have to see which property out of these two you are using and fill in these blanks. Now, horizontal and vertical method of multiplication. When we talked about the tables, this is the horizontal method of multiplication. So we write 4 times 5 is 20, 7 times 10 is 70. There is still another method of multiplication that is called the vertical method. So vertical method is like writing in columns, up, down, right? So what do we do here? Just like in addition, subtraction, the first thing we have to do is write the places. So here also we will write tens and ones. If you have to multiply 4, 5, these two numbers. So 4 and 5, these are just one digit, single digit numbers. So which place will they take? They will take the ones place, right? 4 and 5 just below, one below the other. And read the table. 5 times 4 is 20. So you will write 20. Taking 2 to the tens column. Similarly, when you have to multiply 10 by 70, write down 10 carefully, the digits at proper places. You have to multiply by 7, and 7 is just a single digit number which will take ones place. So 7 will come below 0 at the ones place. Now multiply. 7 times 0 is 0 and 7 times 1 is 7. So when you are multiplying, you will see first you will multiply by this, and then you will multiply by the tens place. 7 times 0 is 0, 7 times 1 is 7, and you get the answer 70. What is the answer that you get on multiplication called? Yes, that is called the product. Another exercise for you, multiply the following. So here you will be simply reading the times table, and this is called horizontal. What is this? This is horizontal multiplication. In the next question, you have to multiply the numbers which are already arranged at with the digits written at proper places, and then you are doing vertical multiplication here. So we will be starting again from ones place, just like we do in addition and subtraction. Let's do 2 times 9 is 18. So for 18, 1 will go at the tens place and 8 will be at the ones place. Similarly, you will be doing other parts. Let's see this. 3 times 0 is 0. First, you will be multiplying the ones place, and then you will be multiplying the digit at the tens place. 3 times 1 is 3. So you'll be doing rest of the parts yourself. Now it's time to think more. I have made a tower of blocks. My tower is of 5 floors. Each floor has 5 blocks. So if you have this building, you have this tower, you have got 5 floors. And on each floor, how many blocks are there? 5 blocks. That means 5 blocks here, 5 blocks here, 5 blocks here, like this. On each floor, you are making 5 blocks. I think I have used 20 blocks in all to make the tower. Do you think it is 20? 5 plus 5 plus 5, how many times? 5 times. So how much is 5 times 5? That is 25. So what do you think? Have you used 20 blocks? No, not 20. Why is this wrong and how can I fix it? This is wrong because 5 times 5 is 25, right? Now, chapter at a glance, what we have learned in multiplication in today's session. What is multiplication? It is repeated addition. And what is the symbol for multiplication? It's just rotate your plus sign a little. So that gives you your multiplication. It's like a cross, an X. Any number multiplied by 0 gives you 0, and a number multiplied by 1 gives you the same number. So these are the properties of multiplication you have to remember, along with the times tables. Yes. Now for my little Olympiad champions, find the values of P and Q respectively. So which two numbers will you multiply so that you get the answer, the product 50? Is 5 times 5 50? Is 10 times 3 50? Is 2 times 5 50? Or 10 times 5 is 50? So here is your answer. Now let's read the next question. Shivam had 7 toy cars and Raman had 5 toy cars. How many toy cars do they have in all? So what do you think you will have to do? Multiply? Oh really? Is there anything about repeated addition? We are talking of just 2 numbers, 7 and 5. 7 toy cars and another 5 toy cars. So what will you do, children? You will simply add. So how much is 7 plus 5? That is 12. So which is your correct answer here? 12 is your correct answer. Not 7 times 5 is 35. Okay. So we have to be very careful at times. Things like this appear. Now, here's a miscellaneous exercise for you. Tick the correct option. So what do you see here? What is the multiplication fact? 5 times 3. Where is it? It's here. Next, 6 times 5 is how much? That is 30. Perfect. 7 times 10. You know the answer. That is 70. 3 multiplied by 0 is 0. Good. Then a car has 4 tires. How many tires will 5 cars have? So 4 tires for one car, 4 for the second, 4 for the third. How many times? 5 times. 5 times 4 is 20. So that makes your task easier, isn't it? So you just have to think whether I have to multiply or not. Now, subjective type questions for you. Look at the patterns and complete them. 2, 4, 6, 8. So what is the jump here? This is the table of 2, 10, 12. Yes, you have already finished saying that. Brilliant. In the next, what do you see? Good. This is the times table of 5. And here, that is the times table of 10. So I'm sure you can complete them yourselves. Now, Kiara and Akshat are talking about their favorite number. Let us find out these numbers and answer the following questions. So, what does Kiara say? She says, my favorite number is the answer of 6 times 5. What is it? 30. And Akshat says, my favorite number is the answer of 8 times 2. What is it? It is 16. Yes. Can Kiara's number be written as 3 times 10 also? Yes, definitely, because we have seen that a number can be arranged in different arrays, and 3 times 10 is also 30. That is correct. And can Akshat's number be written as 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2? How many times is he writing? 6 times. 6 times 2 is how much? It is 12. Is it the same as 8 times 2? No. So this is not correct. Okay. Coming to next, Simba arranged a surprise birthday party for his sister. He went for shopping and got the things he needed for decoration. Let us help Simba to count the total items he bought. He bought 5 packets of birthday cap. Each packet has 5 caps in it. So how many caps in all? Wow, that's great. Good answer. 5 times 5 is 25. So he got 25 caps. He got 2 packets of balloon and with 10 balloons in one packet. So 2 times 10 is 20. Good. That means you have understood the concept of multiplication well. He got 4 boxes of donuts. Each box had 5 donuts. That is 4 times 5, which is 20. Brilliant answer, children. I'm happy to see you are getting the things faster now. He bought 2 packets of birthday poppers with 4 poppers in each. So, how many poppers? 2 times 4 is 8. Perfect answer. Now, here's a group discussion. Radhika drink 2 cups of milk every day. How many cups of milk will she drink in 5 days? So, what will you do? Think yourself and write the answer. Now, find out how many cups of milk in a day is recommended for your age. What do you think? What do doctors tell you to have milk? Should you take 1 time? Should you not take milk? Or more than 1 time, 2 times, whatever your doctor recommends. What are the other things that you eat or drink regularly? Of those, which are the ones that are good for you and which are the ones you should try and avoid or have them seldom only. So, it's all about your healthy diet. What things are good for you, you know well, and you just try to run away from them, isn't it? And the junk food that you eat is not good for health, children. That is really unhealthy. But at times you can try it. You must know the taste. So be health conscious and take a healthy diet always. Now, here's a math lab activity for you to understand the concept of multiplication. All of you have stars there on your tables. Do you have? So, we'll be quickly making groups of 3 students each. Now, there are some cards also, children, on which we have written some multiplication fact. So, one student, come on, quickly pick up one card. Now, the other student is going to make such arrangement showing this multiplication fact. Can you now paste the stars and make such arrangement? Are you done? Now it's turn for the third student of your group, and the third student is going to find out the product that was shown on this card and change your roles and have fun with these stars and multiplication facts. So that was all in today's learning session. I hope you have enjoyed doing multiplication today. Do remember to memorize to learn the tables that will help you in making multiplication faster. So we'll be coming up with more interesting sessions with Minnie here at Learn Forward. Happy learning, children.